This could prove to be a very exciting afternoon. So stay tuned, enjoy the views. Oh, shit! God! Something got me, man. I hope you're living life long, loose, and full of juice. Well, good morning. We survived the night. It was chilly, but not as cold as I thought it might be. No frost. So just sitting here, eating some breakfast. Got some lovely biscuits and gravy. Definitely a tier 1 mountain house meal. I look rougher than 5 miles of dirt road, but it's day 3, and that's to be expected. We're about to get our pretty selves on the trail in just a little bit, filtering a little water. Have about 11.5 miles-ish to go, and I think we'll probably stop mid-morning for some water. We're getting pretty low, but otherwise there'll be some decent views and a lot of cloud cover. It looks a little rainy out, so we want to make good time to make the truck and make a beer before the rain starts, so stay tuned. We're at Jefferson Creek right now, 6.3 miles from the end. We've got a little water. Lockout just fed me an oatmeal cream pie, which was that deserved some filming, but didn't make it. Had some families around with kids screaming about snacks. Still ate the oatmeal cream pie, did not offer it up. And we're about to just keep on keeping on. We're on the home stretch, almost to beer 30 at the truck. So stay tuned, enjoy the views. We've hit the top of the last climb. It was fairly tough. It wasn't too long. Right now I'm still on this ridge line. This is where my son and I camped one time, a dry dispersed camping spot. Just take a look at the views. Panoramic views all around. You can see for dozens of miles in every direction. It's great. Well, we made it. Made to Kenosha Pass. You'll hear the 18-wheelers and cars going beside us. Well deserved, over 45 miles this weekend. Feeling great. Look at that. My hair is bussin'. This beer is fire. It just doesn't get any better than this. Thank you for joining us, and just remember to live life long, loose, and full of juice. Now that we're back from the trail, if you like what you saw, smash that like and subscribe button. Also check out the description. We'll have a lot of great information about the trail and the distillery. Also check out our other videos on the previous days of hikes for segment 7 and 6, but then also some of our other hikes, and we have some great hikes coming later this year. So let's talk a little bit about segment 6 of the Colorado Trail. This is actually the longest segment of the entire trail at 32.3 miles long. It takes you from just north of Jefferson, Colorado on Kenosha Pass all the way to just north of Breckenridge, Colorado. That's actually where we started. We did this in reverse. Elevation gains about 5,200 feet over the entire segment, and you lose about 5,970 feet. It sounds much worse than it is. This is, I would say, a moderate segment when you look at it mile for mile. So don't let that elevation gain and loss fool you. It's certainly doable. I think this is just one of those segments it's going to take 2 days to do, even if you're in really good shape. This segment also has a lot of great dispersed camping opportunities if that's your thing, especially the first 60% of the segment coming from Kenosha Pass. Many, many great options. I think the best, in my experience, are probably mile marker 11.2. That's where we camped at in this series of videos by Mount Guyot, however you pronounce it, still don't know. It's beautiful though, you see it. Also mile markers 16.6 and 18.8. That's along Swan River. Many great dispersed camping areas. You have a great water source. It's beautiful. I would certainly check it out. There is a spot close to Kenosha Pass at mile marker 3.0. I've tried to camp there before, and it was busy during the weekends. There's a lot of ATVs, and when I say a lot, I don't mean one or two. I mean dozens. I would really shy away from camping at that spot, especially during weekends. Weekdays, it might be a little better. I haven't tried it, but just be aware that there's a lot of activity in the area. This is really the first segment where you start getting those really big panoramic views. I think that's certainly worth the hike, and that happens around mile marker 10 to 11 when you break above tree line, and that lasts for a little bit, and it's really a taste of things to come. One thing to note about this segment is that you do go through about a 10-mile span where there is not really a good water source. That starts at mile marker 18.8 from Kenosha Pass, so my advice would be fill up with water there if you're going from Kenosha to Breckenridge. Or if you're going from Breckenridge to Kenosha Pass, you want to fill up at mile marker 28.3. That's around the 100-mile mark from Denver, just because that's a long way to go without water, and that's going to make for a really rough time if you don't fill up. I think a great hiking idea for segment 6 would be to hike sometime in September around Oktoberfest in Breckenridge. So Breckenridge has an amazing Oktoberfest festival in the past. I've been there a few times and have had a great time. I think it'd be really neat to start the hike in Kenosha Pass. You're going to have the aspens changing color. It's not too cold yet. It's going to be cold at night, but not too cold. And if you ended up in Breckenridge, say the day before the day of the festival, you can celebrate there, have your victory beer. I think that'd be a really neat idea. Check that out and do some research and let me know if that works out for you. Our featured beverage for segment 6 was Breckenridge Bourbon out of Breckenridge, Colorado. There's a half-drinking bottle for you. We're not trying to baby it over here. If you want to see that tasting, check out our prior video. We actually drink this at the campsite, and gorgeous setting, amazing whiskey, you can't beat it. So Breckenridge Distillery is great all the way around. They have whiskey, gin, vodka, some different flavored options, even some other unique things that I usually don't see out of distilleries. If you get a chance, if you're in Breckenridge, Colorado, check out their tasting room off of Main Street. You can taste all their main offerings. You can even taste some things you normally wouldn't find in a store. They're really well known, though, for their whiskeys, especially their barrel-aged whiskeys. They've won a ton of awards. If you see any of those, like their rum cask or their Madeira cask or anything like that, check it out. I haven't had a bad one yet. They are worth the money. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the hiking and the adult beverages. Speaking of hiking, it's been tough to get out on the trail in the middle of winter in Colorado, but we are super excited on the Tipsy team to hit the trails in spring. So we're going to have a few videos about us gearing up for that. A little bit about preparing for hiking and getting in shape for hiking. A little bit about camping equipment and some of the lessons I've learned. And probably the best, we're going to do some taste tests of some hiking food. That's going to be a treat. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Stay tuned for that, and I hope you're living life long, loose, and full of juice.